Well, the year is ending, and that means it is time for a new year and a new me and new New Year's resolutions, which is why I wanted to talk a little bit about expectations and goals and what to do when you start something new and the motivation drops and you don't feel like going on anymore. You don't feel like doing the thing anymore that you so desperately wanted to start when the new year started, and also what's wrong with the whole concept of the New Year's resolution. Because let's be real, if you set a goal and you begin by saying, oh, I'm gonna start next year, that's not a very good recipe for success when it comes to sticking to new habits and actually reaching your goals. Because basically you are already procrastinating. You're telling yourself, instead of starting today, I'm gonna start next year. And then what if you fail? Let's say on the second month of next year. Well, then you're gonna tell yourself, well, I'm gonna do it next year. And then you wait for like 11 months or 10 months or whatever to try again. That's not really, doesn't make much sense to me, to be completely honest. And maybe one of the reasons why people set these New Year's resolutions is actually that they are expecting to fail. So they feel good about telling themselves and telling everybody else that, hey, I'm gonna have six-pack abs next summer. It's my New Year's resolution that I'm gonna start this whole fitness thing. And then, because people kind of expect New Year's resolutions to fail anyway. And then they will say, oh, well, this happened and I was sick and I had to take care of my kid, and they say all these excuses. And then they say, but next year is definitely gonna work. And then they just go back to their old habits and they don't stick to the fitness plan and they just eat junk and don't exercise, and they feel good about that because they promised themselves to try something, but they kind of knew they're gonna fail anyways. I don't know if that's true and for how many people, but I just have a hunch that actually might be the case for a lot of people. Knowing myself, I'm just speaking from my own experience as a human. I'm so goddamn flawed, it's not even funny. But these days I have learned a thing or two about setting goals and sticking to new habits. So that's what I want to share with you guys. First of all, expectations. For example, when I started this YouTube channel a couple of years ago, there's something interesting that happens when we start doing something new. Even though I told myself over and over again that I am not going to get views, I'm not going to get subscribers, when that happened, when I published videos and I didn't get any views, I didn't get subscribers, I was disappointed. I felt like crap, even though I had told myself that's what's going to happen. So we naturally have some expectation or hope. We are wishing for something amazing to happen, kind of like winning the lottery, and when it doesn't happen, we are disappointed. So even though I tried to talk sense into my head, it didn't help really. So that's the beginning phase of starting something new. We do hope for something magical to happen, and when it doesn't, we are disappointed anyways. And that is why, in my experience, the most important thing when it comes to goal setting and new habits is that you actually don't think about what you're gonna achieve. You don't think about any specific reward. You just promise yourself to do that thing no matter what. Because this is what's kept me making videos on YouTube despite having multiple disappointments that, have come from the fact that I've gotten my hopes up. Because, for example, 1 year ago, I made a video that has like 34,000 views or something. And usually my videos get like 30 to 50 views or whatever. And that's why when I got to 30,000 views and I got to 1,000 subscribers, I was sure that I'm definitely gonna get monetized in 2025, which is now ending. So clearly I did not get monetized in 2025. And it was very disappointing. It was kind of unreal to get my hopes up in such a spectacular fashion, only to have those hopes crushed later on by falling so low as to, not even getting 100 views or anything. So if you are thinking about setting New Year's resolutions for next year, I would say whatever it is that you want to do, you want to attempt to do not create any images in your head about what it is that you're going to achieve. Do not expect anything specific. Just tell yourself and promise yourself that you're going to do this thing, and you're going to do it for more than just 1 year or more than just a few months. And then just keep doing it consistently and stop thinking about what's going to come out of it, because you actually don't know. I still don't know what's going to come out of these videos when I keep going for 5 more years, for example. And I also don't know what's going to come out of my book, which I'm writing and which I've made incredible progress with. And I have no expectations. I'm not expecting any reward. I am writing that book because I want it to help somebody who struggles with pornography addiction. And if I could reach even just one person with that book, I would feel happy. I don't expect 100 people to buy it, nothing like that. But at the same time, I don't know what else could happen. Maybe it's gonna open new doors and possibilities, because then I'm actually, some kind of an author, because it's gonna be actually, an actual book. It's gonna be a real book. That's something I've never done before. It's something I never thought I would actually do and achieve. So who knows? Maybe it's gonna open new doors and opportunities for me. Maybe I'm actually gonna write more, because now I have found that writing is actually pretty awesome. I'm enjoying the writing more than I'm enjoying making these videos, for example. So if you set goals for yourself, I think those goals, they shouldn't have a specific reward at the end of that goal. It should just be this process that you want to experience, so that you might find something within that process. You don't know what it is, you don't know what to expect, and it doesn't matter. You will probably learn something about yourself, how you react to this new reality. Like if somebody starts going to the gym, somebody starts running and training for a marathon, it doesn't actually matter what happens at the marathon. It doesn't matter if you can't finish it. What matters is while you train for it, how do you feel? What do you find out about yourself as you take upon a new habit and you go after a new goal? That's what matters. That's what's really interesting and worthwhile. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this, and I wish you all the best for the new year that is upon us. I think we can make every year better in a different way, but we shouldn't have expectations. We should just try to be better, try to have good habits, and try to be consistent and have a little fun while we do it. That's the most important thing. Learn about yourself and try to have some fun. In any case, that's all for today. That's all for this year, and I'll see you in the next one next year. Thanks for watching.